In a seller's market, it can be very frustrating to lose out repeatedly on multiple offer situations. So frustrating that you might be tempted to give up on buying a home altogether. But before you go down that road, I've got a strategy that is helping my clients to win even in the toughest markets, and I want to share it with you. My name is Jon Ritter, loan officer for over 20 years, and I have helped thousands of clients finance their dream home. Before we launch into today's topic, consider subscribing, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to share this video with any friends, family, or coworkers you know are looking to buy or sell in the next few months. Now, back to today's topic. I'm going to show you 10 ways to get your offer accepted in this crazy seller's market that don't have anything to do with the obvious offering more money. These 10 strategies aren't likely something you have heard before. Number 1, have your realtor contact the seller's agent before submitting your offer. To write an appealing offer, you need to know what's important to the seller. It could be money, but it could be something else, like a flexible moving date or some personal property they want to take with them. Whatever it is, have your agent speak to the listing agent to find out and incorporate that into your offer. Structure your offer around what's important to the seller, and that will put your best foot forward. Number 2, present your offer through video. Ask your agent or your loan officer to record a video explaining to the seller the benefits of your offer and send it to the listing agent with your offer, so then they can share it with the seller. This way you effectively present the offer to the seller face to face, letting them know why they should accept your offer over others. I have a link down below to show you what one of these videos look like when we partner with the realtor and client on this strategy. Number 3, write a larger earnest money deposit. Listing agents pay attention to the earnest money deposit. This tells them a couple things about you as a buyer. It tells them how committed you are, and more importantly, a little bit about your financial situation. Most earnest money deposits are typically 1% of the offer price. If you offer an earnest money deposit that is double, triple, or even quadruple the average, that will grab their attention. It also communicates your confidence in the ability to purchase the home. Number 4, offer a rent back. A rent back is where you close on the purchase of the home, but you allow the seller to remain there for a short period of time after closing, no more than 60 days, to give them the flexibility which gives them more breathing room to close on their next home and move in at a reasonable pace. Many times the seller is happy to pay for this flexibility, but if you wanted to make it extra appealing, you could offer it at no charge to them. Number 5, include an escalation clause. An escalation clause simply states that you're willing to pay X amount of dollars over the highest bid, which basically guarantees you have the highest offer. You can do this at increments of your choosing, usually $1,000 or $2,000 increments, but you can choose whatever you are most comfortable with. Some buyers will put a cap on the maximum escalation they're willing to entertain. For example, let's say I will escalate by $2,000 over the next highest offer up to a maximum of $24,000. If you plan on getting a mortgage as a part of this purchase, you can't just throw out a big number to win. Unless you've planned ahead, which we will discuss in just a moment, the property has to be worth it. When the bank sends the appraiser to the house has to appraise for what you offered, or the sales price is cut to the appraised value and the seller won't get the agreed upon sales price unless you plan ahead and use the next strategy. Number 6, appraisal gap coverage. Appraisal gap coverage is your guarantee that you will still pay the agreed upon sales price regardless of what the property appraises for. It's kind of like gap insurance for automobiles. You are committed to this price and the seller knows this deal is going through no matter the appraised value. What many buyers are surprised to learn is that you can do an appraisal gap guarantee without it requiring any more money out of your pocket if the house doesn't appraise. For example, I had a client one time escalate by $32,000 and he had the confidence to make that offer after I showed him, it could underappraise by the whole amount of the escalation, and it wouldn't cost him $1 more out of his pocket. Now you may be asking, how is this possible? I'll put a link down below which will illustrate how this strategy works. Number 7, bring your home inspector to the showing. One of the contingencies that causes sellers anxiety is the inspection contingency, because they don't know what may turn up they don't even know about. And we've seen clients waive the inspection contingency in order to win, and we don't really recommend that, but you can feel better doing that if you bring the inspector with you. I only recommend doing this for the home you know or you really think is the one for you. It has everything you want, it checks all the boxes, and you are absolutely going to write an offer on it. The reason why I say this is because it's going to cost you a few bucks to pay for the inspector's time. However, a typical showing can be 60 to 90 minutes or longer if it's a house that you really love, and this will give the inspector enough time to look through the property and see if there's any red flags to not move forward with an offer. This way you can put yourself at ease and potentially waive the home inspection contingency, making your offer even more enticing to the seller. Now you need to be careful with this option, but it could be the ace up your sleeve to move ahead of your competition. Number 8, have your lender call the listing agent. You want your lender to proactively call the listing agent to instill confidence with them that this deal is going to close and there is no issue with getting the financing and the deal closing. Now, any good listing agent is going to call the lender anyway, but why not beat them to the punch and do this proactively to impress them with your communication? You build their confidence in your offer. I touched upon this earlier on the topic of presenting your offer with video. We take it a step further than just a phone call to the listing agent. We prepare a full landing page complete with video explanations and presentations to wow the listing agent and increase the likelihood of your offer being accepted. You can see an example of one of those by clicking on the link below. Number 9, move-out cleaning. Less hassle for the seller is a more appealing offer. So how can we make less hassle for the seller? Offer to them not to worry about cleaning the house when they move out. Arrange a move-out cleaning, which may cost you a couple $100s, but in the big picture, it's a very small price to pay to increase the chances of you having the winning offer. Make the move-out process for the seller less stressful and more convenient, and you just might have tipped the scales in your favor. Number 10, appraisal waiver. The appraisal waiver strategy is not to be confused with the appraisal gap guarantee, but this can work hand in glove with the appraisal gap guarantee. An appraisal waiver, sometimes referred to in the lending circles as a PIW, property inspection waiver, or value acceptance, means that no appraisal will be required on the property. This is done through automated valuations. All lenders use the same software platform called desktop underwriting, which is how data is transmitted to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guarantee or insure about 80% of all mortgages out there. So if you live in a neighborhood and you look outside your front door, about 7 or 8 out of every 10 homes that has a mortgage that's backed by Fannie or Freddie. Now they keep track of all the data points of those mortgages, one of which is what the property appraised for. So when we input our client's information into desktop underwriting, one of the pieces of information that we include is the offer price. So when we push the button and it sends that information to Fannie and Freddie, their computers then look to see how many mortgages they have done recently in close proximity to the property you're trying to buy. And if that offer price is in line with what the appraisals have come back at for those other recent sales and or refinances, then they have enough confidence to say an appraisal is not necessary because we have enough to support this sales price. Finding this out before you make your offer can sweeten up your offer even more. No appraiser coming to the property taking pictures, no worries about the appraisal coming in under market for any reason, just an appraiser having a bad day. If you do everything we've talked about in this video, your offer is absolutely going to stand out from the competition and dramatically increase your chances of winning. Now, of course, make sure to run these ideas by your realtor when crafting your offer. But don't be afraid to bring up one of these strategies if your realtor doesn't. It could be the difference between winning and losing. If you have any questions about buying a home, be sure to drop those questions down below. Do me a favor, if you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.